Hi, I'm Leathur Rokk. Welcome to my channel. Tonight we're going to bake some cookies, two kinds of cookies since it's so close to Christmas and I don't want to screw up. So come along with me. We go into the kitchen where the magic is and where maybe at least one of my cats is. Oh, she went down the hall, but you know she will be back. Alright, I have to set this someplace safely here. I can film this. And both the things that I am baking will take the same exact temperature. Here. I didn't bring a thing which balances everything. I'm going to have to bring that. But I'm going to bake a version of the Hershey's Kisses Blossom Cookie Mix, except you notice that here it has these sprinkles that are pink and purple and yellow and white. And that didn't seem very Christmassy. So instead of having the candy sprinkles, I'm going to use ground walnuts. And I have the Hershey's Kisses to come along with them. And I am also going to make some chocolate chip cookies. Probably these ones instead of these ones. But let me get the thing that holds this up. Alright. And I'm going to see how well you can see me. Okay. The first thing I have to do is preheat the oven to 375. There I did. And on cue, Cassie just came into the kitchen, and with one hand I will show you Cassie. It's really great having a cat that can't hear you because you could sneak up on her and give her kisses. Mwah. There. And I'm going to show, I've got my pan here and I have the butter already softened here. That grow room is a really great place for me to warm up butter now, especially since the radiator works. And I wasn't sure exactly which cookies I was going to make today, so this is a half a stick here. This is a 1.5 sticks of butter. So first thing I'm going to do is wash my hands again, since one of them touched a cat. And to get extra flavor out of that mix with the big Hershey's Kisses in them, I'm going to substitute some of the butter for some peanut butter. So I like to play fast and loose with my recipes that I get out of boxes or mixes or whatever, you know, since I can only film for 45 minutes at a time. That's really absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to scoop out the half a stick, and you know what, I'm going to take a little bit of that and put it back so that I could replace it with some peanut butter. And I'm not getting a perfect measurement here, as you can see. See how soft. And it's just like really, really soft butter, and you can tell that the butter is definitely soft, and they're very similar consistency there. And all I have to do is take the mix and mix it with it. And I guess I'm going to have to use scissors. Oh no, God forbid they make it easy to just tear open when you're in a hurry and you're trying to film. I'm going to have to do something dangerous here. This called sugar cookie mix. You know what? This is the wrong angle. Yeah. There's definitely a learning curve with trying to mount this someplace. It really would be nice if I could have a mount for this that was secure. Oh, I'm so nervous about that possibly falling back. I hope to hell it doesn't. Oh. You know what? This isn't high enough. Whoops. Maybe I can do this and have it here. All right. Now, here's the bowl. Here's the mix and the butter. And actually, I should use two things so that I can cut it into it. And when it gets more crumbled thin, I'm supposed to add 2 tablespoons of water. I'm going to throw in a little vanilla extract in here. It doesn't call for it, but I think that would really be nice. I was going to throw almond extract, but my mother didn't think it would be a good idea for me to do that since I'm going to be adding all the walnuts. Oh, and I'm going to do something extra to make these Christmassy. I got out some red and some green food coloring. And since each of these recipes calls for a little bit of water, I'm just going to add the food coloring to the water. And since, you know, you're usually supposed to add your liquid ingredients and your dry ingredients and stuff. And neither of these recipes call for any eggs. So... Now I don't think you're getting enough of a view. Maybe I should do this here. I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't know where the heck. Oh! Sorry about that. And we almost have already 10 minutes of the shot. Well, at least the oven is heating. See, I can't have this all the way in the middle thing, because if I, or rather in the back one of those things, if I do, it'll totally tip over. So what I'm trying to do now is get this all mixed. It still looks very, very dry, but I think I have to cut more of the fat into the powders before I can add the water to this. The quicker I make this dough, the quicker I can get it in the oven and start the timer. So I feel, I just hate that I have to rush, but since the camera's going to cut off if I don't. Alright, and it says calls for 1 tablespoon of water. That's it. Wow. And these, I think, should be the red cookies. Let me see, where's the, you know what, really needs vanilla. I think that would be a good idea. Oh, darn. This is one hell of a safety seal. Damn. I can't believe this. Oh, here's the okay. And there's the red food coloring, which I think is very close in color to this anyway. I don't know why the problem with this is. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay, I am going to very carefully take the cap off of this, right, without making too much of a mess. Okay. Now, I'm going to add the rest of the water using this. There. Now this is what this looks like. It's just a matter of my mixing it. The red looks like a very real cherry red, which is exactly what I'm hoping this dough looks like. Very bright, and of course after I bake it, I don't know what it's going to look like. Figure if I make these ones red and the other cookies I make green, then when everything's baked it'll look cute. I wanted to have at least 4 or 5 different kinds of homemade baked goods this year, but Saturday I totally messed up. I was going to go on video and I fell asleep like 3 different times. I was really, truly tired. And mentally also, I just couldn't decide on a subject. There are times when I'm making my videos and what you see is actually, you don't know that there might be 4 or 5 other videos in the can. And other times I don't film until the day that something is due. It all depends on, what's going on in my life. And since this is the holiday season, you can imagine that it's been quite involved. And even though I try to schedule, if I can, schedule the things, other responsibilities I have for days that are not YouTube days, that doesn't mean that I'm not still going to end up being tired. Okay, see this? This is like a peanut butter sugar cookie mix. And I am going to use this cookie sheet here. And it's not greased. It's not supposed to be. And I'm supposed to get rounded tablespoons of the dough. And since I already have a tablespoon out as my guide, and gives you an idea of, and if you see my putting it in, it is approximately a tablespoon. And I am going to just scoop those. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make a ball like this. But I'm going to do something more here. These are the walnuts. And I'm going to actually put them in a little bowl. These ground walnuts. And that was just my food color. Now take a ball of the cookie and roll it in the walnuts. The box said to roll it in the sprinkles. No, I'm rolling it in the ground walnuts instead. And I'm going to put it on the cookie sheet. And I am going to repeat that with tablespoons of dough rolled up round. Put them in the walnuts. And put them on the tray. And I will repeat that with this dough until I have used it up. And let's hope I can do this quick enough so that I can make up the other dough, the other cookies. I'm going to dye green. This is what this looks like. And Cassie is really interested in what I'm doing. Now, this is going to be poisonous when this is finished, because these are going to have chocolate kisses in the center. Probably shouldn't have kept the rings on to do this. I didn't realize I was going to actually have my fingers in them. But I've really picked out these rings with care. Most of them, they have color in them, have green in amongst the stones. This dress gave me and my mother so many fits. I had my heart set on wearing this dress for this video. And it came with some shaping attached to it that made me look ridiculous. I had to take the foam out of it. And then the front kept falling down, and my mother figured out, why doesn't she use double-faced tape like they do award shows and a Miss America pageant and everything, but apparently it's not 20-year-old double-faced tape from the bottom of your tool drawer. It was on for a while, and then I forget what I did, but I went like this, and all of a sudden it made my chest look like I had a suntan and like I had wrinkled, puckered, whatever. And then once you take the fabric off the tape, then it doesn't stick anymore. And it kept falling down, and finally we settled on using 2 safety pins and attaching them to here. But otherwise, it was totally just, I mean, the dress fits me in the body, but just didn't fit me there. And it was just, And when you have your heart set on wearing a certain piece of clothing, I haven't even written out Christmas cards yet. I was supposed to do that 3 nights ago, and it's just a matter of having to go in my address book and making sure the addresses are right. And there's actually something that I have to actually go to the post office and have sent. And, and this is the only week to do it. And I know at this point things are going to arrive a little late. And, shame on me. Meanwhile, we were supposed to wait on a package that was supposed to get here either Saturday or Monday, and never arrived. And finally, there was a postcard inside the mailbox, and that doorbell was never rung. They were supposed to have been here when a whole bunch of stuff was going on, but we were home, and everybody was home. And no, people don't. Some of these carriers don't know how to make a doorbell ring. That magic thing you stick your finger in. It's high tech for some people, apparently. Each one of these, you put a thumb in the middle. Okay, if I can make one more. Okay, this will make a perfect dozen of these cookies. Now with these, you don't put the Hershey's Kiss on until they just get out of the oven. You know what? I put a... Oh my goodness, this is going to be hot. Okay, now, these are going, whoops, in right now. Now, using this hot thing, now we make the next batch using the same bowl. Okay, keeping in mind it is now 3:35. I put those in, and the baking time is supposed to be 11 to 13 minutes, or until edges are light golden brown. Now, immediately, I'm going to start with this. All right. See, this is in the same bowl. Now, calls for half a stick of butter. I got that. And just like with the other one, I'm going to add a little bit of peanut butter to that, to these. And I'm just going to, there. And I'm still going to add a little bit of vanilla. I don't think you can do too much with vanilla, even though that this is imitation. That's the one thing. Green and a tablespoon. You know what? Sorry you couldn't see what I was doing here. I'm setting this on here so that I can cut. Oh boy, this is pretty idiotic. The tablespoon measure was in the pot, in the bowl when I was dumping all the things into it. Well, I'm going to still need this to add a little bit more water to it. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to cut the fat into the dry ingredients. You're really supposed to use two things and combine them. Also, the chocolate pieces are already in this mix. Everything with chocolate was in the freezer. I like to keep the chocolate there so that it stays intact until I'm ready to cook with it. Also makes it less convenient for me to be tempted to snack on it too. Even though if it's dark chocolate, I'm not going to really be tempted because I'm much more of a milk chocolate person. You know what I was supposed to go to the store to get today? Sugar and sweetened loaves. I'm down to just a wee little bit of turbinado sugar left, and now I realize I'm going to have to break into the brown sugar to sweeten my coffee in the morning, because I only have one sweet and low. So, and since I still drink hot tea on occasion when I'm thirsty, I have to sweeten that with something. So, and you can't not have sugar for baking. Okay, now it's time for the liquid. Even though there is certainly liquid in with the vanilla extract, but I think I did a little bit extra as far as the peanut butter and the butter that's in this. So, see, you can see that it's green already. I wish you could see what I was doing here. I really want to make sure I get this mixed so that I can get it in the oven. I'm really concerned about this camera shutting it off before it's done. Okay, here it is, and it says 3231. So this is going to be really cutting it close. Let me see how big it says you're supposed to put in. Oh, these are only supposed to be teaspoons. So, and you see they're definitely green. And I believe the time for these cookies is only 8 minutes. So, you know, some of these I think I am going to dip in the walnuts also. I need to get just a little bit more of the nuts out. And, ooh, 36 minutes left. Or 36 is what has been filmed so far. No, we don't have 36 minutes left. Okay. Okay. Now that's what these, I'll show you what these look like. Let me see if I'm supposed to flatten these at all. It says, oh, it doesn't say anything about flattening them. So I'm gonna put them right in this. And I don't think the other cookies are ready yet, but they will be. Let's see, these ones are supposed to be 11 to 13 minutes. These ones are supposed to be only 8 to 10 minutes. And if it's 38 minutes, I hope that this doesn't shut off before the chocolate chip cookies are done. But the blossoms will be done, and you know what, I should get a chopstick so that I can test. I really need to get a something that's more like a toothpick. I should check to see how light gold brown the edges are. That's supposed to be how you can tell. I think it needs a little bit more time. Of course, it's really hard to tell when you dye them red, you know. So hopefully you'll get to see them very soon. And then the chocolate chip ones. Yeah, let me take these things off of here so that I can put the wax out for cooling. The directions for the first one say, let's see, oh, it says to cool 2 minutes before removing from cookie sheet. I'm gonna cut this bag so get the kisses. You actually don't, I thought that you actually put these in the cookies before you bake them, but apparently you don't. You know what? I don't know about you, but I'm getting impatient. This is what these look like right now, but I got to put a kiss in each one. So. You know, maybe I need to lower this some. Here. Does this enable you to See what I'm doing better. No. Chocolate. They feel so soft, they feel like maybe I should stick them in there for a minute or two.